The tech giant got fined again, a record fine against the social media company. We are getting used to seeing these posts on LinkedIn, aren't we? And many of them are related to cookies. The biggest privacy fine so far was also related to cookies. Yes, the €746 million Amazon fine was about cookie consent. Cookie compliance has been the focus of privacy watchdogs all around the world. And it is no surprise, because cookies are the heart of the internet. On average, an online platform collects 20 different cookies, and when you think about it, an individual visits 100 different websites in a week. So it makes sense. However, among those stern data protection authorities, one stands out for its repeating cookie compliance fines: France's National Commission for Information and Liberties, or in short, CNIL. In the past 2 years, CNIL has fined Microsoft, Google, including YouTube, Facebook, and Amazon a total of €305 million. Let's move chronologically, starting with Amazon. In December 2020, CNIL imposed a fine of €35 million on Amazon, in particular for having placed advertising cookies on Amazon French website. In its decision, CNIL found two violations of the cookie requirements. First of all, the Commission noted that when a user visited the Amazon site, numerous advertising cookies were automatically deposited on the user's computer without any action on his or her part. As advertising cookies are not essential to the service, the French authority considered that the company had not complied with the obligation to obtain the opt-in consent of the internet users. Secondly, CNIL considered that the banner displayed on the Amazon site did not allow users residing in France to be clearly informed about the deposit of cookies, in particular about the purposes of these cookies and the means of refusing them. A year after the Amazon fine, on December 31, 2021, yes, on New Year's Eve, CNIL fined Google and Facebook a total of €210 million. Definitely not the greatest way for the two companies to begin the new year.
May the force be with you.
The French authority conducted an online investigation on Google and YouTube.com, which is owned by Google, and found that while they offer a button allowing immediate acceptance of cookies, the sites do not implement an equivalent solution enabling the user to refuse the deposit of cookies equally easily. Several clicks were required to refuse all cookies against a single one to accept them. And the total fine charged against Google was €150 million. The sanctions included an additional periodical payment of €100,000 per day if the company failed to fix the situation within 3 months. In regard to Facebook, CNIL noted that first, Facebook offers a button to accept cookies immediately, but it does not offer an equivalent solution for the user to refuse the deposit of cookies as easily. Several clicks are required to refuse all cookies as opposed to a single one to accept them.
Click, 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 click.
Secondly, CNIL noted that the button allowing the user to refuse cookies is named Accept Cookies. The French authority considered that such a title necessarily generates confusion, and the user may have the feeling that it is not possible to refuse the deposit of cookies and they have no way to manage it. And very recently, in December 2022, another year after the Google and Facebook fines, CNIL imposed a penalty of €60 million on Microsoft. The French authority found that when users visited Bing.com, a Microsoft site, cookies were deposited on their terminal without the visitor's consent, and these cookies were used for advertising purposes.
Illegal.
Love that.
Importantly, CNIL observed that there was no button allowing to refuse a deposit of cookies as easily as accepting it. 2 clicks were required to refuse all cookies, while only 1 was needed to accept them.
Click, 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 click.
CNIL justified the €60 million fine by considering the scope of the processing, the number of data subjects, and the profits Microsoft potentially made from advertising profits generated from the data collected via cookies. In addition to the administrative fine, CNIL also issued an order with a periodic penalty payment if the problem will not be resolved by Microsoft within 3 months. Looking at these fines, you can see how much a single click can cost companies and how much money they can generate by making users click one more time. It's really all about user experience, making the user share their data in their most vulnerable moment, when they feel they are a single click away from what they want. And CNIL is trying to say, I will not allow you to fool the users by using smart marketing techniques. I will not allow you to circumvent the notice and consent requirements with just small technical tweaks. But to be honest, the real punishment for the companies is not the amount of the fines. Instead, it is the reputational loss.
My reputation's never been worse, so
CNIL has been trying to show that privacy is not a buzzword you can wow in your marketing campaign. You have to be honest about it. It's also ironic that CNIL has been imposing those big fines repeatedly in December, therefore making me contemplate the next big fine for December 2023.